Hello everyone and welcome to the very first episode of Man Cave Beer Reviews. I am your host, Brian. This first episode is dedicated to my very first unicorn beer. And that's what I call a beer that's almost impossible to find in your local market. All beer lovers have one. And Pliny the Elder was my first. Pliny is brewed by Russian River in Santa Rosa, California. It's brewed with Amarillo, Centennial, CTZ, and Simcoe hops. Depending on your tolerance level, Pliny can make you a cheap date. It's got an alcohol by volume of 8%. It only takes 2 to make me feel nice and warm and fuzzy. This beer is intended to be enjoyed as fresh as possible, so try not to let it sit around in your fridge for too long like I'm sometimes guilty of doing. Amarillo hops are one of my favorite. They give the beer a real citrusy flavor. That's what really stands out. The citrus and a kind of a pine finish. Excellent hoppy aroma. If you're new to IPAs, I wouldn't recommend this to be your first try into this style of beer. If you're not used to bitter beer, this is going to likely turn your face inside out. It's really bitter, really got that really strong hoppy aroma. If you live in Northern California, it's relatively easy to get. Especially the closer you get to Santa Rosa. Down here in SoCal, it's hard to come by. I have a few spots that I can find it at. I'm not going to disclose those locations because it's going to make it harder for me to get it. Yeah, they recently opened a larger facility, so it's starting to get a little bit more common. It's starting to find its way down here more frequently. But as it is right now, I mean, it's still pretty hard to get. If you find yourself in the Santa Rosa area, I recommend you visit. They're one of their 2 locations. Their original location, their main place, is at 725 4th Street in Santa Rosa. And their new facility that they just opened is at 700 Mitchell Lane, and that's in Windsor, which is right outside of Santa Rosa. I haven't had a chance to visit that place yet, but it's a really large facility. A friend of the family has visited there before, and they said it's really nice. So, highly recommend it. They have a lot of beer on tap, so if you're able to visit them, I recommend getting a flight and trying as many beers as you can. The food is just okay. Go there for the beer, not the food. If you are able to get your hands on it, you can expect to pay about $7 a pint, which is about the going rate for most craft IPAs. You could sometimes find it on tap, if you prefer, at Beechwood in, what city is that? Seal Beach? Yeah, Seal Beach. But they usually, if you follow them on social media, you'll know when they have it. And then, of course, if you find a liquor store that has it, they usually have an Instagram or enter your social media here, follow them on it, and that's how you know when they get it. So that's all I have for the first episode. Pliny the Elder. Cheers. Really nice hoppy finish. Very bitter. Like I said, if it's your first try to IPAs, brace yourself. It's a kind of overpowering, but if you like IPAs and you're familiar with the style, I think you'll really enjoy it. So that's it for the first episode. Oh, also we have if you enjoy listening to a bunch of guys sitting around talking shit to each other, we have a podcast that we do. I post new episodes every Tuesday called Man Cave Discussions. You can find us on Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, of course, and Amazon. Or you can go to our website at mancave562.org. Check us out. Just a heads up, it is not safe for work and it is not safe for children. Lots of harsh language. A bunch of dudes sitting around talking beer and talking shit, so you can imagine things we talk about. Not safe for work. Definitely not safe for work. If you'd like to see more craft beer reviews, smash that like button and subscribe. Cheers, and don't forget, the only real cure for a hangover is hydration. So Pedialyte, Gatorade, water, however you choose to do it. Stay hydrated, my friends.